Hello everybody, it's Lindsay from The Vintage Button. I slow stitch and I junk journal, and today I am junk journaling. If I can put that back properly. And we're in my Bagpuss journal. So this is my Bagpuss journal. I started it a while ago. I think I just did one video on it, and then it's been something that I've just sort of plugged away at. And it is kind of very much just for me. So it's sort of core childhood going on here. I think I'm getting more and more nostalgic as I get older and older. So I'll explain how I've made it, and then I'll get to what we're going to do. So this was a larger book. It was about that tall, and I cut it down just with like a sharp knife, like a scalpel. I cut it down, I gutted the book. I took the pages out of the book. This isn't an old book. Now, Bagpuss is 50 years old. He's like the same age as me. And so this isn't a book from the 70s. This is a book actually from the mid-teens, 2010s sort of thing. So it has no real age to it, and it was bought very cheaply second-hand for the express purpose of turning into a junk journal that's about Bagpuss. I couldn't find anything that was older, and I didn't want to do a load of sort of printing online. I kind of just wanted one thing that I could dig into my stash and use other bits and pieces and get there. So the thing that I did do, I remember I did that, we did do a video with that. So that's Bagpuss, Dear Bagpuss, and it's just a little tag, and it's like really old paper. This is it looks really grotty and grimy because this is what really old paper looks like. It is a book from the Victorian times that I rescued from being put in a skip, and its spine was broken, and I just used the pages and think it's quite thick, and I feel that pages are precious. So the pages in the journal, there's some, I think this is probably Victorian as well. They were really big sort of folio pages taken from a library, and I bought a section of it from an antique shop quite some time ago, and they've just sat on my shelves. Music paper, I've made little, or I found tags that have already been, like pockets that have already been made, and I've just coloured them and put them in and filled them with little bits and pieces that I found were interesting, and just had a blast sort of crafting on my own, really, decorating bits and pieces, not thinking, oh, I've got to make a video. This is Madeline, one of the characters from Bagpuss. I think did I make that? I don't know. Magic childhood memories being carried into Larch Avenue house and sat on the kitchen counter to Larch Avenue. So this is basically what this journal is going to be. I realised that, like, as I get older, I have some like core little childhood memories. So memories of climbing trees and unpleasant things. And I just want to record them because they're mine. So I can't play the video that's in my head, but I can sort of like just record it so that I can prompt myself. I don't know. So I put that Bagpuss was my favourite TV programme when I was very small, and that is true. Bagpuss was my favourite. My older brother loved Mr. Ben. That was his favourite, but I liked Bagpuss. So there's just pages about Bagpuss using the images from the book. It's completely out of order, and I've added gel pen on some of the pages, and I've kind of like added bits and pieces and just gone to town with my watercolours, really, and napkins. So that's just an image. There are mice who live in a mouse organ, and they help Bagpuss. Use bits from other books. So I have some books that are antique books, and I cut the elements out of the antique books, and I think they lend themselves to many different types. And this, like, the aesthetic theme of Bagpuss is 70s does Victorian. So it's a little bit garish, but very Victorian as well. So yeah, so we've just got thing for I obviously did intend to do that's for a thumbnail that I would film more than I have done of making this, and I don't think we're doing a bit of a flip through, and that wasn't my intention. But as you can see, I do have bits and pieces. I'll keep that out and might use. I've used images from the book, I've bound it now. I didn't have it bound for a long time. And then I bound it last night. Actually, was it last night? Yeah, it was last night before dinner. I just sat down and I bound it with a floaty, floating spine. So yeah, so you can see there's the images from the book, and they're not all the same. I kind of appreciated the book. Some of them were photographs, some of them were like sketches that were more modern, I would say that one was, and then other sketches that I think were from the 70s. So yeah, so I've got these like flag type pages. I've got a bag. I think I've made the actual bag on the video, but then I've decorated it off, and then another core memory being carried on my uncle's shoulders back from nursery. Kind of the streets and the trees, sort of looking up, because he was quite tall, my uncle, so looking up at the streets and the trees and stuff. So yeah, so this brings us to this page, and there are other pages that I've sort of done, and but we're not going to go that far. We're going to stay here, I think. So what have I done here? This is an image of Madeline, and it's actually a slow stitch project to make a Madeline that we might actually do. Perhaps not a Madeline, but I feel a dolly coming on. And I did used to have one of the only dolls that I actually liked to play with was a rag doll. Yeah, and I don't know what happened to it, so that probably means the siblings had it. I found some random, as I've been trying to tidy up my little craft room, I found some, these aren't been laser printed. I found some random prints that I quite like for the vibe of the book, because they're bright. So I was thinking, oh, am I going to use them? I don't think I'm going to use them yet. I think we are going to play with this. Now, this was the library pouch pocket that was in the front of the book, that when I gutted the book it was stuck to one of the pages, so I just sort of peeled it off, and it peeled off quite easily. And it's from Derbyshire, which is a beautiful part of the English countryside. If you ever visit England, make sure you go to Derbyshire, it's in the north. Yeah, so it's in Derbyshire, and you can see, look, that it was bought in 2014 is when they first put it out on the shelves, and not very many people took it out. I don't quite know who it was aimed at. It was probably aimed at, like, I would have had a little child actually during that time, so perhaps it was aimed at somebody like me who had a little child and would do these projects. So, and the book was called Happy Birthday Bagpuss with Easy Projects to Make. So this was the book, and that was a sticky label as well that was stuck in the book, and it was originally £19.99. No, £11.99. I don't know why I said 19, but there we go. So I'm thinking I want to paint it, because I like the bright colours. So I'm thinking I want to paint these elements, and then I've not delved into my scraps tin for a while. I know I've got these bits, but I have got bits in my scraps tin that's already cut out. So I'm thinking I'm gonna decorate these things, and then they're gonna go back in this pocket, and eventually this pocket will evolve into something. We'll put Madeline back in this pocket. I think she should live here. There is like a paper bag and just some brown paper card stock in there too. So I'm going to put Bagpuss to one side. He's a lovely, it's a saggy cat, but Emily loved him. There's some sayings, a part of, like, you know, the intro and the outro. Right, I think we might go sort of greeny yellow bits, kind of slightly. Oh, we might go yellow. We might put some purple bits in as well. I might write another core memory on here if I've got time, because it's got to dry off and my heat gun doesn't appear to be working. Let's see, is it because I've not pressed it? No, it just isn't working. It's plugged in. Okay, that's not for today now, Lindsay. let's get in with my messy paint. I've got just a tiny bit of water. And I want a yellow. Can I do these two yellows? Everything's going to be slightly muddy because I got a bit of water. Just go, oh yeah, that's nice. I kind of want to, you know, like keep the writing. I want to keep the writing. I think that would do it. Yeah, it would be good to keep the writing. Oh, that's proper like highlighter yellow. And it's just messy painting. All I'm doing is putting some colour on it. That's all the paint's there for. I find it's like a useful way of just adding colour to things. But it's just about mixed media that I get, really, if I'm honest. Then what I'll do is I've got a little electric radiator. Oh, that is very, very, very vivid. I'm not mad at it though. I quite like it. Oh, I can hear his nibs is crying downstairs. I'm the only one in the house, and so he's woken up. Oh, it's a pitiable sound. He's never been fed, you know. Not ever. And he's now been abandoned. Okay, so now, shall we have like a green one and a purple one? I'm not opposed to things clashing, and then we'll dig in the box and just see how we can react to it. Let's do the purple first. Got that. Oh, what are you like? A bit darker. That's good. I have a core memory about, and it is like literally from the 70s, this memory. So I was a baby, and I can remember being quite young and sat in a pram, and you know, like one of those large prams, old-fashioned sort of proper old-fashioned pram. And I think the pram was kind of that kind of colour, like a duller version of that kind of colour, a white inside, but I can't be sure about that. But one thing I am sure about is I had a purple jacket on, and this purple jacket had gold rings embroidered on the front. Now, I don't know if this jacket had a hood. I suspect it did. It was very 70s, but I have this memory of looking. I was sat in my pram and looking at fields, or what I thought was fields, but actually probably was grass. It was just sort of a fence and some grass. And then looking down and seeing the rings on the front of my little jacket. And that's just like a core memory. And from when we were, and this is what's probably sparked the idea to do this journal. When I was coming up to like before Christmas, I had to go home and spend some time with my mum because she basically she had a serious heart operation that, yeah, she was in hospital for quite a while, and they managed to do the heart operation like kind of through her veins and stuff, but she was leading up to the operation, it was quite a few weeks. So I went up to relieve my little sister basically, so my little sister could rest because she'd spent a lot of time at the hospital. And I went and worked from home, well, worked from my mum's home on her lounge, just to sort of give her some company when she was recovering from this operation, and actually to tell her to go back to bed because she was terrible. She kept getting up and wanting to go join in the stuff where she lives. She eventually got that she just needs to go to bed, but it was a bit, yeah, it was alright. So I think I'm going to do the back purple, and then that gives me 2 options for how I'm going to write my, and I might not write it on today, my core memory, because I want to think about how to word it. But that's what this is going to have eventually. It's going to have that core memory, and it's just going to be written on, and it probably wouldn't mean anything to anybody else, and I guess anybody else can put whatever they want to think about, like the story of it, but it's going to mean something to me, and that's, you know, that's why it's a journal, I guess. It's kind of personal to me. I wonder what that colour will do if I add that to it. Not much. These are not fantastic paint colours. I got them for Christmas, but I didn't really, a while ago. I'd like to get some proper ones, but that's not in the budget for the moment. Oh, it's come through, but I don't mind that. I'm not mad at that either. Okay, let's move those things along and they can be drying whilst I get that scraps tin. I've got napkins I've backed onto paper, and then my scraps tin sort of, let's just clean the brush off. I don't have, in my house, my bathroom is downstairs because I live in an old Edwardian English working class family house, so it's like over 100 years old, and they didn't have bathrooms then. Oh, I like that bee. You might be part of it. Oh, those little scraps would be nice. Little bag. A bit of flour. A label. Book page envelope, they're always handy to make. Let's have a look. What are you? I've got some butterflies already cut out. I'm looking for flowers really. So these are things that have mainly come just from various projects. Oh, that's a bit more like it. Got another bee. Oh, stamp. Purple stamp. Blue stamp. Orange. Teacup. What have I got underneath? Oh, that was from that sewing. Oh, that's a little tag there. Okay. That was from that sewing stuff. Okay, what else have we got? We have butterflies. There's some brightly coloured ones in there. I don't want the brown ones. I'll have that orange. Have I got anything else that I really want to... That's painted labels. I'm not that bothered about them. Stamps. Okay. What have we got that's dry? Or dry enough? These things. Okay, feeling like they need to have little tabs and things on. Not very big tabs, but they need to have some sort of tabbage. Let's do that first. can hear birds outside. It's literally, I don't know what time it is, I think it's about 6 o'clock, and it's like just gone dark. The sunlight was amazing this afternoon. And the craft room's on the sunny side of the house, which is quite nice. Had new neighbours move in next door. Oh, now do I need to put something on the back? I can do that after, that doesn't matter. Even with that there. Okay. So we'll still put that to one side. We won't mind about that either, even if I want to paint a bit deeper. Not quite that much. So, what are you working on? Have you got, and I'm aware that it's the 1st of March, so I've got tomorrow, today? It might be Monday. I will sort out who the winner is of the giveaway and pack that up. That'll be one of my tasks tomorrow. My craft room is still a mess. I need to have some time and energy, and they need to be like at the same time. I don't know when that'll be. It is coming. Okay, I like that. So we've got some little taggage things happening, then we need to decorate them. Should we put one on here as well? I'm feeling that, because it is sort of a tab, isn't it? It is a... We can do that. I don't think I want it to be that big though. Do I want it that big? That pocket could take it. Alright then. So yeah, I kind of I finished my bag in the slow stitch video on Sunday. When I say I finished it, I mean I've put it together. It'll take ages to embroider and stuff, or just embellish. And I think that might be tomorrow's video. I'm going to have a see how we are time wise for some Easter things, but I do think that tomorrow's video is going to be like the first bit of embellishment of that bag. Oh, I think I like the bee. I like the bee on there. Do I want it like that? Okay, perhaps not. So we're just going to have a play. Got this Bagpuss, dear Catpuss. There was words that Emily used to say to wake Bagpuss up because he was asleep, because he was a toy cat and he was asleep most of the time. But then Emily would come and wake him up because she would have something to put in the shop, and then they would have to investigate what it is, all the characters, and fix it, and then they would all fall back asleep and Emily would come back and find the thing fixed. So it was very wholesome. Lovely little programme. Oh, now I've got a blue. Oh, I'm liking that. See, things don't have to be overly complicated, do they? They don't. Okay, let's do that. It'll go back into that pocket, and then I'll think about how I write this core memory down of me sitting in my pram. And what I do is I just generally use like a Posca pen, and then I'll go around it with like my white gel pen. It's very sort of 19... Oh, sorry Bagpuss. cover you up. 1980s kind of children's school calligraphy. I haven't got the patience to learn proper calligraphy, so we go with what we do and what I enjoy doing, because I do this to sort of like, I'm reminiscing and I'm sort of switching my brain off, because I'm sure everybody in the world at the moment has got lots of things going on in their brain. I know I have. So it helps to switch my brain off. Helps me get on and have the energy to do the next thing. I like that. Going like that. That's what we're going to do. Oh, Lindsay. There's lots of core memories I just want to write down, and then like I said, written down in a way that's not terribly descriptive. I'm not writing a book. I'm just sort of writing some prompts so that, you know, I can look back and go, oh yeah, I remember that. And that was valuable. And this is something that I think I've as well was spending that time with my mum, and I've decided to make another set of these types of books, but for my mum, and this is my big project for this month really. I want to make 4 journals that are not going to be highly embellished, because I'm going to give her prompts and things to write on, and then she's going to give them me back, and then I'm going to embellish them, I think. And then I'm going to give them to the rest of my siblings for Christmas. That's the idea. Yeah, as a sort of a gift from both me and my mum to my siblings. So I'm going to decorate this one. We had some stamps. Oh, and that little sweet flower. I like that. I like you. And I'm going to go in with my Posca pens, I think. And there was a little tiny bee. There was a bee, wasn't there? Doing you there. And where was the flowers? And you there. I think that might be a winner. We were talking in my office on Tuesday. We were talking about core memories and stuff. It was not a nice way we got onto it. Basically, we got on about passive smoking, because there was some smoke coming into our office, and we all had problems with that. And one of mine was that my dad used to work in shared offices, and he wasn't always in these shared offices, but he did used to work in them, and they always smelt the smoke, because people used to, in the 80s, people used to smoke, and sometimes he had extra work he had to do at the weekends, and I would go in with him. And whilst he was doing his work, I was allowed free rein in the building, because nobody else was there. I couldn't go into locked places, obviously, but like open plan offices and stuff. And being curious, I can't believe I had the guts to do it, although I was a bit fearless. The cellars of this building, it was an old church building that had been converted into council offices, and in the basement was like a cellar. There was loads of old filing cabinets. There was nothing confidential there. They were all empty. But they were empty because they had folders and paper, but there wasn't any writing as such on this paper. And I used to go down and just grab handfuls of it and make things, come back up and sort of sit and make things while he got on with his work, and then he'd be like, right, we're going on now. That and some Turkish delight. That was your Saturday. Yeah, kind of core memory there. So I don't know if that needs to go on here. That might need to go on here. I don't know why that's not working very well. Maybe because the paint's not quite dry. Let's do it on my skin. Wipe whatever's. Here we go. These are quite nice gel pens. I've bought cheapy gel pens and I've got them in there, but they don't last properly. It becomes a false economy. So I've got one little tag to write bits and pieces on. I'll write on the back of that. I might have to put a piece of brown paper on the back of that. Derbyshire County Council. It is a beautiful place, Derbyshire. I don't know where we're going for our summer holidays, because we've been invited, it's going to sound very la-di-da, invited to my sister-in-law's family place in Austria, kind of side of a lake. Also my father-in-law's place in South Africa, on the side of a lake. So I guess it's European lake or African lake. I mean, you can see like some small game and stuff from the like Impala and stuff like that. And they do the booze cruises in South Africa, obviously not in Austria. I don't know. It depends. There's a few factors. If we go to either one of them though, I plan to take some slow stitching with me and do some videos, because I won't be doing much really other than. Both of them are very sort of gentle holidays. They're not. I might try and go into Vienna if we're in Austria. I'd like to go into Vienna, but they're not going to be running around. Let's go and do lots of sightseeing videos, weeks. But yeah, we'll just see. I was going to put a stamp on one of them and I've not done. I don't think I need to. I like these. Got these bits in here. I might put that other one. Should we do one more? Let's see. There was like another tag, wasn't there, that was left over. So I'll make tag shapes out of anything, and I actually quite like it when they're a bit raggedy like that. I like that a lot actually. Now I think I want some of this as the little tag. Tag holder. Oh, I could. In another journal I've been making, or I have made. No, I'll do it this way. We'll do that for another thing, because then they're all the same. Do we want them? It's not very thick. It's like kind of very lightweight quilters cotton. Oh, I can hear my family's cars back. So I will need to go make some dinner. I don't know what we're going to have. I don't know what we're going to have. I have to stick something on the bottom of that, but I think I've got some birds. I've just seen that bird there, but I think I've got some painted birds I'd like to go on there. And is it going to look incongruent because it's not? Let's check it first. No, it doesn't, because it's a book. I might have it going a bit like that. Yeah. And that like that. So what do we want on it? Do we want that? Does that look alright? Or do we want another butterfly? Got this blue butterfly. Blue butterfly down here. Oh. We want the blue butterfly, don't we? We could have the flowers. I think there's a grotty. Yeah, I think I'm coming down with something. I have been all day like falling asleep. I am like, work is particularly busy at the moment. Where's that gone? I normally have 3 to 4 clients, and there's been a few days this week I've had 5, which in itself takes a lot out of you without saying what I do. And then I have to like write case notes and stuff up after, and that also, and a follow-up email. You know, it's a lot of extra work. So I think I might have, like, it's just coming to the point where I need a holiday. I definitely need a holiday. And I'm kind of getting to that kind of real crunch point where I really, really need a holiday. But there we go. That's a nice little, turning an actual library. I think that might be an actual library pocket into your junk journal. And it's not, I'm not trying to make it look old, because it's not old. I've just decorated it. And then it can go in here with Miss Madeline. Miss Madeline can put her hand in it. I kind of do want her to be quite central. Let's put that there. Move a few things about. Again, I don't have enough space. There we go. I don't know, I think I want to do something with those printed flowers. So, like, that'll get covered out, but then you'll be able to take it out and explore. It's going to be quite interactive, I think. So this is different style-wise. I've kind of gone with the age of the book rather than, I think I probably do that all the time anyway, because a lot of my finds are very vintage, whereas this is not so much. And I like it, because even, I think I have done a Beatrix Potter. I didn't quite finish it. It was a one junk journal January, and I did Beatrix Potter, but it still was very oldie worldy, because Beatrix Potter looks like that, where this is, like I said, it's 70s, does Victorian, so it's not quite that way. So it's more bright and cheerful, which I think is what I need at the beginning of spring. So there we go. I've made, or remade, or did up a library pocket for my Bagpuss junk journal. And I really like it. So thank you very much for watching, listening. I hope you have a really good rest of your Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow with some slow stitching, where we will be kind of like, when you see this, the vintage buttonness, we're going to do something similar, because we've got pockets and all kinds of things on this soft basket that I've made, and it will be ongoing, but you have to start somewhere, so we're gonna do that. That thought excites me. Right then, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.